seen that when a company did well, the credit normally went to top and middle level management. But this isn't necessarily so anymore. The onus is also upon lower level employees, blue or white collared, to determine the company's financial and corporate well-being with the Quality Control Circle.
In the early 80s, Malaysians started to look to the East for inspiration and new ways of improving productivity. We experimented various management practices and work ethics to see if they could be adopted here in our very own country. The Quality Control Circle, or QCC, is one of them. And today, QCC is becoming more and more popular. It is widely believed that the QCC concept originated in the United States, but was given worldwide exposure and recognition by the Japanese.
Quality Control Circles to us is a group of workers and supervisors, a small group numbering maybe 7 to 8 people, and these are non-managerial or non-executive staff members within the organization, and they voluntarily undertake quality control activities in the organizations in the specific section or division or workshop that they belong.
We like to say it should be voluntary, but actually QCC is part of a job. It's part of job of everybody, you see. So we want them to like to do QC, and we don't want also to pressure them. So we want to have a feeling of it's a part of their job. For every QC circle, we recommend them to meet at least once a week. And we would like them to meet for a period of 30 minutes to about 1 hour.
Voluntary or not, QCC has helped companies achieve their goals and objectives.
Our QCC activities was officially launched in 1983 with a total of 19 circles. And now we have 100 circles in this year.
Why was there a need for QCC then?
So there was a need to educate our staff to be more quality conscious, program conscious, and improvement conscious. Based on some of our company's objectives, that's harmony and cooperation and struggle for betterment.
We give them a criteria whereby we base on what we call the quality aspects, the cost aspect, the delivery, the safety aspects, and also on the morale. So there are many problems in their own workplace. So by tackling one of these, it helps them to solve problems in their section. We want them to participate in the in management, you see, because QCC is also a tool of management.
Are we seeing more local companies adopting the QCC concept, or is it just for multinationals?
That could be true in the early 80s, because it so happens it's a multinational, especially Japanese companies that are found to be practicing QCCs. But of date, we can be rest assured that we have a lot more local organizations who are practicing QCC as compared to multinationals. The multinationals, we have a count of 21 organizations, and the locals, we have a count of 35 organizations.
The manufacturing industry is not the only industry that is seeing an increase in the number of companies using QCC as a way to increase productivity and to improve their efficiency. Here at Malaysia Airlines, we can see an example of QCC being used in the service industry.
QCC was first introduced in Malaysia Airlines in September 1983 with the formation of 4 pilot groups in the company. And to date, we have a total of 154 circles. The need for QCC was born out of the requirement for the company to fully utilize the vast potentials, the latent potentials of the workforce from the lowest of levels, And also there was a need to enhance teamwork and team efforts. We have the committee of implementation of project, then which is headed by the managing director himself, the director of finance, and the personnel, the director of personnel. And the committee sits on and approve projects which are worth more than $4,000. Then we have the quality council, headed by the director of personnel, Encik Abdullah Mazzaid. With participation from the department heads who have circles in the area, and then it goes down to the QCC Secretariat, which is part of the duties of the Organization Development Department, my department, and we are assisted by the QCC Club, and we have the facilitators, normally the department heads, and of course we have the circle with the circle leader.
It is not easy to introduce new ideas. At Malaysia Airlines, the initial response to QCC was that of reluctance, but with a lot of intensive efforts, QCC was later accepted and practiced.
This is done in stages. The first thing we do is to bring the members to a 3-day intensive basic course. After the 3-day course, we would bring them out to a camp somewhere away from their workplace. And what we do is we put theory into practice. There is a circle in the engineering shop called Bright Spark. Their project is a cabin step. This has simplified the work in the area so much that it caught the attention of the aircraft manufacturer, the Airbus industry, and they have published it in their magazine to be known to operators all over the world.
In 1989, the electronics industry has the most number of circles, which is 536. From 1986 to 1989, the average growth rate of QCC was 21% in the electronics industry, 52% in other manufacturing industries, and 84% in the service industry. These circles registered voluntarily with the National Productivity Center.
There were 96 circles that participated at the regional conventions, and we have recorded from their project papers a saving of about $2 million per year. So here you can see out of that group, each QCC saves about $21,000 per year.
We have developed an attitude of problem prevention technique instead of just problem solving. Everyone is able to give a suggestion, even though it may be ludicrous, and sometimes we have seen ludicrous ideas actually work.
If we were to look at the workers of organizations that are practicing QCC, compare them to the workers of organizations that are not yet practicing QCC, you would be able to see the difference of how the workers display themselves in terms of confidence, knowledge of the QC tools, and the logical approach towards problem solving. As long as there are organizations having more than 10 workers and supervisors, the organization is ready to undertake the quality control circle activity on condition that the top management, especially the chief executive, is a believer in the quality movement. QCC is possible through consensus. The need to have consensus among members.
The bottom line is effective and genuine communication, both horizontal and vertical. Now, QCC may be the alternative that your company is looking for.
It's time for another break. When we return, we'll be looking at some very large Christmas bills. Do stay with us.